Oh, good morning, Penny. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I was just getting my bed space ready here to be able to get into my back drawers so I can do some work on my diesel heater. And I noticed, I don't know if you can even see that really, but there's frost on the inside of my window cover here. That's how cold it is. Oh yeah, see it's starting to melt. You can see it drip off. Welcome to van life in Canada during the winter time. It's just a little frosty out there. Woo. Yeah, it's right, Penny. He's still beautiful, isn't it? Move all this stuff off to the side. Pull our... Just give me a second here. I'll pull the blankets up just so none of the stuff falls out onto the ground once I open up the rear doors. Oh! There's a bunch of frost on the panel down here too. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know how much the camera's going to show it, but yeah, all that sparkly stuff there on the wood paneling is frost. I wonder if that's always happened every winter and I've just never noticed it before. Yikes! Anyway, pull this blanket up. Our stuffed down insulation. Catio can stay there for now. Oh, yeah. Even the lucky beer sign. Look at that, Penny. That's frost. Oh, thank you. It is very kind of you to get rid of the frost for me, kitty cat. I appreciate you. Let's get this cover down. There. That stuff start to thaw out a little bit in here, eh? Woo! All right, we are going to be cleaning out the diesel heater, but let's get some air pumped in here right away, get it nice and warm, because we are going to have to turn it off. What is the temperatures all everywhere right now? So it's currently 19 degrees in the van, it's minus 13 degrees Celsius outside the van, and it's 27 degrees in the battery box. I'm going to want the heat this way, please, towards the front, where we're going to have to be doing the majority of our work. So yeah, this is what I slept in last night. I slept in my sweatpants, my socks, and just this tank top, and I was okay. It's a little chillier back there, I mean, obviously, as we can see. It's interesting. I wonder if that means I should put on the docket to open up my door panels there, like where that wood paneling is, and pull that insulation out and maybe put spray foam in there or something. Again, it's not the end of the world. I'm feeling fine this morning. I got a pretty good night's sleep because all that stuff stuffed in there, you really don't feel that cold. Just goes to show that me breathing and the coldness at the door is just a little intense. But yeah, in there right now is just that fiberglass batting in the door, and then I got that wood panel over it. So, and it's been that way ever since I built the van. I mean, I'm not going to be pulling it apart in this weather. That's for darn sure. We got bigger fish to fry on this episode of Van Life Plus. Okay, first things first. Good morning, Grace. I moved the Wave 2 into Lucky last night, and I need my disposable gloves. Ooh, yeah, they're a little rock hard. So let's bring those, and we let them warm up in front of the diesel heater for a little bit here. And then let's come back here. And this is why we were moving everything. So stuff doesn't fall down. And then the So Cozy cover falls anyway. Story of my life. Get your poop in a group. Hello. Now, a whole bunch of stuff we need in here, but also we're going to see how this thing finally works. Okay, whoa, we got stuff falling out here. Right, we stuffed a bunch of stuff down here last night. That's correct. So this thing I ordered back in the summer. It's from EcoFlow. It's supposed to be what holds the hoses. Yes, you need to have the hoses installed in order for the Wave 2 to work. Let's not get into it again. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. But anyways, I want to see if this thing works. It took forever to come. It did not come in time. Yikes. For me to use it in the summer when I was using the air conditioner function. So we're going to try it out now when we're using the heating function. a little stiff. All right. First time I've had this thing open. Let's see. I don't know about this. Where the hell is this thing supposed to go? This is clearly supposed to wrap around the door. Maybe this is supposed to go on the other way. I'm not moving it now. It is far too cold out here. I would have far more patience for this thing. Ooh, wait a second. What if I do this? Is there another one over here? Another strappy? I don't see one. Well, that worked well. Looks great. Roll the window down a little bit. Hold these stupid flaps up here and close the door. Let's see. Hi. Yeah. It's great. Yeesh. Okay, it's really hot in here. I'll probably turn the diesel heater down now, probably turn it off. But I want to turn this on first and see if we get any decent heat out of this thing. Like I mentioned before, I've never used this as a heater. And I have not heard good things. Actually, I haven't heard anybody tell me anything about it, but I haven't read any good things regarding this. There we go. Power on. Okay, and we're on fan mode right now, so let's change the mode. There we go. So that should be heater. We'll turn this up. Set it on 20, I don't know. Well, let's just see what it does. Put it on 30. Away you go. I don't know why the little light's not glowing. It should be glowing. Maybe it's because I have it turned off in my app or something. So go into the app here, go to the Wave 2. You can see, there we go. Yeah, we're in heat mode. 15.9, 16 degrees Celsius temperature outlet, okay? It says the ambient temperature is 18.5 degrees Celsius in here. We got it set to 30. Let's see what happens. But also, can I bring the glow back? Where is it? Ambient lighting. Always off. Oh, always on. Now we got a nice orange light telling us we're on heat. We didn't need it, but it's pretty. How's your water? That's cool air right now. It's not hot air. It's as max as it will go. So we'll wait and see what this does. I guess while that's happening, we're gonna open up our cupboard here. Sorry, Penny, watch your head. Oh, move your pee bottle because it's in the way. Go like this, and we gotta get all that stuff out of here. This is my first time doing this ever since I redesigned my van and put the diesel heater under all this. Now, sure, this is annoying having to take all this stuff out, but so far it's a lot easier on my back than where my heater used to be. And for those that might not remember, the heater used to be over here on this side, like a passenger side of the van, about halfway down, and it was, you had about this much room to get at it because of the bed, unless I put the bed into couch mode, which was next to impossible after living in the van full time and utilizing under the bed as storage, for all your stuff. So the whole intention when I redesigned the van, when it came to the heater, was to make it easier on me when I had to get at it. Like right now. Hi, Penny. Watch your head, darling. Pulling out a giant water jug. Then we got a bowl of stuff here. And we got, you don't need to, what are you going in there for? You after that giant bottle of Bailey's? Yeah, I don't think so. Come on. Let's go. Back to your roost. You gonna move your food dish so you can get out? There you go. Where you going with my food, man? Yeah, come on. Move your tuchus. Maybe I'll put your food up here for now too. Excuse me. I have to get this very small bottle of Bailey's that Bill sent. Oh, it's so heavy. And with all that stuff out of there, we can then remove these panels and reveal the diesel heater. Hello, darling. I'm gonna yoink you out of there soon. Right, Penny, apologies. We got a tray of a whole bunch of stuff incoming. I'm just gonna slide this right up here next to you, okay? And your job is to keep an eye on all of that, all right? You're doing fabulous, my dear. Doing fabulous. Oh, nice. This is blowing hot air. I just caught a little feel of it. So, since that's working, we are going to power down the diesel heater, because obviously I'm not going to want to be tearing it apart while it's scorching hot either. But yeah, this is, let's move all this stuff. Should take my boots off too while I'm here. Yeah, it's blowing hot air. I think that 31 is, what? Let me just double check the app here. Yeah, it's blowing 31.2 straight out of here. That's probably a little intense, but we'll let it fill up lucky for now and see how it do. Ah yes, and in accordance with how we ended the last video, it's time to take down our hanging candy basket. Not only did I forget to do it in the last video, but I also need this space to be working, and this will just be in my way when I'm sitting here with a diesel heater here. Thank you for your services. It'd actually be fairly simple to just remove this, and yes, for anybody wondering, I could just put it back up once we're done cleaning the diesel heater, but if you're wondering that, you obviously didn't see the last video, which if that's the case, make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications turned on so you never miss a Van Life Plus episode. All right, let's get this surface prepped. And Lord knows we've got excess paper towel. Superstore! So we can pull this out and utilize this. I was gonna get shop towels because from Canadian Tire because they're more durable and whatnot, but again, I've got a lot of this and they're way more expensive. Tearing apart a diesel heater can be quite, come on you, messy. Ask me how I know. All right, and then we got hopefully all the tools we will need. We'll bring this up here. This, I'm hoping I don't have to get outside on the ground, but I might have to because as soon as I started thinking about this, I was quickly reminded of the whole adventure I had to go on to get this little adjustable elbow whatever dongle. That shit was like $25 in the Cusp, BC. But I was rebuilding the van out in BC, so it's nobody's fault but my own. All right, put that up there. And we'll grab a screwdriver from here, and that coupled with the gloves down there, and this should be all we need to perform maintenance on our diesel heater. Okay, now open this up. Let's get our BioLite in here. Give us a little light on the subject. And yeah, so we got a bolt here and 2 bolts at the back that got to come out. Got to disconnect the electrical to this sucker, undo the hose, and then hopefully it comes up. And the 3 connections on the bottom of the diesel heater that need to be removed are the air intake, the exhaust, and then the fuel line. And they're all held on by little clamps. That's why I had to get that tiny little elbow. So I'm just gonna do this. I've shown it a bunch. I don't know how much of a headache it's going to be to get out. Okay, actually this is kind of interesting, right? This is why I have that RTV sealant. It's what I put on the base plate of the heater, and you can see when I lift it up like this, I've got the bolts out right now, the mounting bolts. It not only does it secure it to the floor, but it also helps to, you know, seal fumes outside. So let's see if we can twist this guy. I don't know how much resistance is going to be coming from the actual exhaust itself. Back, there we go. All right, pop, pop, pop. And I have no room to work in here. Oh, that means I have to go outside on my back. This is why we have these pants. Because the only other option, and I had this thought when I was rebuilding the van, was be to like cut out a section here on this front panel, like an access panel so that I can get in. But as it is right now, I have this, the angle, this ledge is preventing me from seeing the clamps, which are right at the bottom. You can kind of see the pipe there on the left. But that's, the clamps are there, so I can't lift this thing any higher. Well, at least the van's warm. Good job, Wave 2. Don't care, here's what I've learned. The fasteners that tighten the vacuum line down are 7 millimeters. Cool. All right, that is good to know. I didn't want to go outside and then be pulling my hair out, trying to figure out what size socket I would need to put on that little swivel head. Get that, and then find a 7 millimeter. Do I have one just kicking around here? I mean, I should. I installed it, and this is what I used to install it. With the 7 millimeters. There we go. Thank you, Past Matthew from Chapter 4 out in BC. I appreciate you, sir. Hi, Penny. Before we get to that, though, it is still early in the morning, and I haven't had any breakfast yet, so we're going to go in here, grab ourselves a pouch of Revita. Excellent. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I had yogurt. I didn't need to pick any up last night, but I did. And here we are. Oof. Oop, don't sit on your electronics. That's bad news for everybody. I can already tell the way this is not heating up the space. This would not be a reliable way to heat your van in Canadian winters. And this heat is already dropped. Yeah, it's at 29.4. Like, it's still warm coming in, but the temperature just on the floor alone of the van is dropping so fast, and heat rises and all that. No way. This is, sorry, EcoFlow. You might air condition well when you have shore power, but as a heater, I don't believe you would be keeping me alive when it gets down to -40. I mean, no offense. You're good at one thing. Oh, you're pretty good at being a fan too. And like Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Okay, well, let's hope for the best here. Whew. I'm not going to try to film under here because I'm not a completely insane person, but oh, it's way over here. Okay, now can I get at you? Oh, you bastard. Ooh, wait a second. Oh, I can totally do that. Wait a second. Work a little smarter, not harder. I can't say fully smart because I'm already out here laying in the snow, but okay, that wasn't nearly as hard as I thought. I was able to actually get the exhaust hose clamp off from the inside I learned that by pushing up on the exhaust hose on the outside, how much slack I actually had, which is funny because you wouldn't think you actually have slack on an exhaust pipe, but it's bendy, right? So I was able to get that off on the inside, and then on the outside it was super simple to release the fuel line and the air intake. My apologies to Rocky Mountain Flannel Company, but honestly, it kept my back dry and warm. So hang it up, back in the tiny home on wheels, pull our stuff up here, hiya! Say goodbye to the beautiful pine trees and light. See you so soon. We come over here, reach in here, lift it straight up, and you are removed. Now let's get you open and see how dirty you are, you bad girl, you. Also, giant hole in the floor, Canada in winter time. That's terrifying. So now we don't have to think about it. Oh, and this is exactly what I was reading about. This thing is completely stopped. There's no air coming out of this now at all. I can't do anything. It's blowing 11.6 degrees Celsius air, but it's not actually blowing it. What's going on in the actual app here? What does it say? Yeah, that's not doing nothing. I can't even max. No, the temperature's just dropping. Yep, nope. This would definitely let you die in a life or death situation. All right, well, we're just gonna power you down. I don't need you drawing power and doing absolutely F all, so we're just gonna try and make this nice and quick. If we need to, we will start lucky, which actually we might have to in a bit because my toesies are starting to get pretty cold, even with my nice big warm socks on. So she seems nice and content. Not a care in the world. Manicure day for her. Got the hoses pulled out, got the window rolled up. Save as much little heat that we have left in here. So you have to remove this so that my head has room to move around. All right, and then getting this sucker apart. Let's see if all of the times I've done it in the past are going to benefit me now. Very curious. And of course I'm wearing a white shirt. It's because it's long sleeve and I was trying to be prepared. Okay, flip this guy around here. Let's move that over there. Spin this off. And this should just come off. Excellent. And there is our unit. Let's put this over here. Now, what is the first step in getting this? Oh, right. I got to flip this sucker over and we got to take these bolts off first. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. I got to take that off. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay. So we got all of that off over here. Now remove this little guy and this whole thing should, I don't want to lift it by the fan. Oh, it's made in China. It's already fragile. There we go. Now it's free of the casing. So put the casing down over here. Awesome. Now we stand this bad boy up. We got to start by removing the fan here. And it looks like we might be in luck to a certain extent. I was talking in a previous video about the gasket. So you see that green right there? That's a reusable gasket or whatever. It's a solid state gasket. It's not one that you out of a tube. So once I get this off, it's 4 of these bolts right here, this little black one. There's 4 of them all around the perimeter of this thing. The fan will come off, and then you can see that gasket, and it looks like it's in pretty good condition. I mean, it should be. When all is said and done, in truth, this heater has not been working that much. So I'm very concerned to see what it's gonna look like on the inside. But the good news is we'll be able to reuse those gaskets, I think. All right, enough yapping. Let me get this sucker out. Oh, and we got a FaceTime call coming in from me ma. Let's see what, let's see if we can even get a connection up here. Oh, there she is. Hi, say hi to YouTube.
Oh, again, hi.
She's always calling at the most inopportune times. This is what's going on right now in Lucky.
Oh, yuck. Where are you?
I'm in Banff. I'm on Tunnel Mountain.
Okay, because Brooklyn FaceTimed me and wanted to know if her dad was with our house.
Oh, she's very sick right now and not feeling herself, so.
Oh, I know. I was quite surprised to see the call come up.
She thought she was wondering. I talked to her this morning. She didn't look very sick. Yeah, she sounded very hoarse this morning.
Oh, we're fine. No, we're fine. It's chilly here. We're getting a little worried and concerned about our Sheba. She is out all night again, which is not unusual, but she's usually here by now.
Makes you
check the boats and.
Well, now you're going to have to let me know when she comes back, because now YouTube's going to be concerned about her.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, we can't have YouTube.
Hopefully she's okay. And it was a good weekend to leave, because apparently Calgary just got absolutely blasted by the edge of that bomb cyclone from the west coast or whatever. I was talking to Jordan yesterday, and yesterday morning, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the snow came in last night. It didn't stop. The plows can't keep up. It's a nightmare."
Oh wow, like right now.
Well, no, apparently it's calmed down now, but Friday night to Saturday morning, but it was nothing out here in Banff, just beautiful snowfall. So, but apparently, the roads were terrible.
We don't have any snow. We've had some wet snow fall, but there's nothing on the ground still. It's just wet.
Yeah.
It's chilly. It's chilly.
It is chilly, yes. Yeah. All right, yeah, I should get back at it so my toes don't fall off.
All right, sounds like plans.
Okay, I love you. Let me know about Sheba.
I will.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yes, Brooklyn's feeling under the weather right now. Okay, so it looks like we're having great success, like I predicted. Let me just see, get this fan removed. Yep. And then we don't even have to take the gasket off. It's staying there, and I don't see any sort of like cracks in it or anything. And then there's one more gasket right there. You can see beneath the actual burn chamber. And inside there is where all the potential yuck will exist. We also need to get the glow plug out. That's this guy right here. And that will require use, I think, not of that. Where is it? This one. Right there. This will allow the wires to slip inside the socket. And we get the socket around the glow plug, which is hiding, beneath this boot, which you need to gently remove. Don't tear the boot. Bad things happen to good people. And also quality content. Give me a minute. All right, so there we go. We got the boot free. You just kind of have to come from the backside and push this ridge out, down and then out sort of thing. I forgot that this is actually a newer glow plug. I replaced it, however long ago, I don't know. But now we can get that in there. You see? And then I just need to crank this with something. I've actually found it easier than putting a socket on here. Actually, I don't even think I can put a socket on here, or a ratchet, I mean. But what I can do is stick this through this hole, and then we just give it a little bump. Hello? Again, it's not easy with one hand, but there you go. If you do this at home, I advise using both hands. We'll be able to remove our glow plug. That is a good looking glow plug. No buildup, no white scuff really. Nice. All right, set you over there as well. And now 4 more bolts to get that burn chamber out. I'm sure Sheba is fine. She does this a lot. It's very easy to get my mom concerned for her well-being. I was out there a couple times, not too long ago, not the last trip, but maybe the trip before with Brooklyn, and she ran across the highway, which isn't too far from the house, like right across, which apparently she never does, according to my mother, but I don't know if my mom has eyes on her 24/7 when she's outdoors. It's one of those things, that's one of the reasons I've never had outdoor cats myself. Now, obviously out there in BC, it's way better for cats to be outside. Well, actually, the argument can be made it's actually a little bit worse because there's so much more terrifying wildlife, right? But, cats could probably be wily and get away from things. In the city, not only is it, it's a bylaw that you're not supposed to let it happen. I mean, people still do, obviously. But there's just so many more things in a city that could befall a little feline, which is why my pussies have remained indoors. And you know what? That's still better than the tiny glass cages at the pet store. All right, let's lift this bad boy out. Ooh. What the bro? It's so, well, hang on. It's clean inside this thing, more or less. Let's just do this. Take a peek in. I hate everything. That's not dirty at all. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of like ash or whatever. Like if we do this, I tip it upside down, we can probably shake out a little bit of ash. But by and large, that is clean. So, oh, this gasket is cracked. Look at that. And I'm sure that's not causing my white smoke, but that gasket is cracked. So I guess this inner gasket we're gonna have to replace with some RTV because I don't really want to put that back in there. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, but what we can do still is pull that atomizer screen out. And where does that thing exist? Is that in here? Can't remember, but yeah. So this is gonna be hard to see. But in here, in the actual burn chamber up in there, that's where that atomizer screen is. So here you can see it. So, no, you can't see shit because I'm not holding the camera at the right angle. Right in there, you can kind of see that mesh, right? So we'll yard that out, even though it doesn't really look like it needs to be. But since we bought some, we'll yard that out. We'll clean this up a little bit. But honestly, this is not that dirty at all. I have had this out and it's been much, much worse. Like, yeah, even inside here, there's nothing. Yeah, burn mark, big whoop. That's, all right, well, at this point we call it a mystery, Charlie Brown. So like I said, I highly doubt this was the problem, but I removed this gasket and you can see it's just so frail and brittle that it just is falling apart. I do prefer these, but right now, like I just told my mom, I'm up on Tunnel Mountain and it's Sunday, so I don't think Amazon will deliver a gasket to me for a diesel heater up here, and I have to leave tomorrow. So we're just gonna use that RTV gasket maker that we bought down at the Home Hardware in Banff. Where did I stick you? There you go. We got our brush too. I guess we don't really need that because I'll just hold on to it for next time. No point in dirtying that brush if we don't have to. The problem is allow 24 hours to fully cure before filling with fluids or returning to service. That's the part that's not really an option for us. So we're gonna have to get this in there as fast as possible so that it can start curing up. Since it's heat, that should help it cure. We're not submerging it in water or having any fluid run through it. That's good. We're gonna have to run lucky to keep it warm in here. To get this atomizer screen out of here, I found that these little picks work the best. I know some people say you can use screws and whatnot to remove them. For me, these things are the best. I've been horsing around trying to get it out with everything else for a while, and I remembered I had this pick in the back, and there we go. That pulls out the old atomizer screen, which doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a little, I guess, like scuffed up, but it wasn't exceptionally gunky in there or anything. In the previous episode, I was talking about getting like a pipe cleaner for cleaning in there, but again, it don't look very dirty in there right now, so I think all I'll do is maybe just, yeah, that knocks out a little bit of crud, but nothing too crazy. Maybe a little bit more than I thought. There you go. See, when all else fails, just ram a big pointy shaft inside it. All right, and then we're gonna open up our new bag of atomizers here. Right there, nice new clean looking one. I'm just going to insert it down in here. And I know that one of the most important things to remember, I don't know how well you can see this, but this little hole right there, make sure that this is pushed down past that hole. That is an airflow hole, and from everything that I've learned, you don't want this atomizer sticking up beyond it. It needs to be seated past it. I'm gonna get a different screwdriver here. Just sort of edge this bad boy down. And then I don't know about you, but for me, when it comes to stuff like this, where I need to have something past a certain point and it's so small I can't quite see what's going on, all I do now is I'm just gonna take the pick, stick it in that hole, and then in there you can see that we can see the pick, which means that it is past the new atomizer screen. Well, let's get this back together. Okay, we got our new gasket in there with the RTV sealant. So that's what she looks like. It's making me a little nervous because I did this one time before where I used this RTV sealant to make this gasket in here. And then I had to take it apart because there was problems again. It was blowing white smoke and whatnot. I don't know that that would have anything to do with this, and it was easy enough to remove, but I do remember having to get in here with like a little wire brush on a drill and cleaning all of the gasket off of the metal. Ugh, it's always so annoying when you have to do that. But yeah, we should be good. Just gotta give it the appropriate amount of time to cure, but we don't have 24 hours. This is life or death. Not literally. Lucky's running right now. My feet are still cold, but my upper half is great. All right, well, now for the rest of the stuff. Well, first we gotta put the glow plug in. Let's not forget that step. I've done that before. Put the fan back on and it's nice and pain in the arse, I tell you what. Stick this in here, enjoy your new atomizer screen. There you go. Nobody can say I don't know how to show a glow plug a good time. Okay, got it all back together. Before we slap it back in the hole, this is a good opportunity to vacuum in here with all the little dust particles and whatnot that have found their way into this big cavity of my van. All right. Well, it's probably about as good as that's going to get. We can gently place this son of a bee back in here. Ooh, like that. Perfect. And then before we get it all like super cinched down and whatnot, I will test it to make sure everything's functioning properly. I'm sure it'll be fine, but always better to be safe rather than sorry. That there, and unfortunately now we gotta go back into the cold and on our back and all that fun stuff. The sun is out in full force right there. Oy. That's weird. I just checked my Renogy app on my phone to see how much, Lucky's running right now to keep it warm in here. So the DC to DC charger is charging and it's pulling like full watts, like 670 watts. And she's been running for a while actually. It makes me wonder why my battery charger that's plugged into shore power hasn't been keeping my house batteries topped up. It's interesting. Maybe that battery charger is not as powerful as I thought it was. Okay. Back into the breach. Yeesh. This shouldn't be too bad. I say, as I grunt and groan, get down here, get out of the way. Shore power line, you bastard. Okay. Oh, me, come on. Oof, schmutz in my mouth, that's much worse. There we go. Rotate, you bitch. Yeah, not nearly as bad that time. That's actually really nice. There's no wind, no snow. It's just winter and the sun right on your face. What the hell was I doing? You're right. All right. So she's not mounted back down yet, but let's see if we can get her to fire up here. Hi-ya! Get power back at our control panel. Sure did. Now I just want to check and make sure that all my settings are still okay. What is it? 1, 6, 8, 8, I think. 1.6, 5.5, 1770, 4650. Excellent. Okay. Power on. Fan is spinning up. Let's see what happens. I always say that. Let's see what happens. Like it wasn't working before we even started all of this, which it was. So it should just work in theory, but anytime I'm doing stuff like this, I always have just a little bit of self-doubt in the back of my mind that something catastrophic is going to go wrong. I guess it would be something catastrophic is going to happen. Hasn't quite happened yet, but doesn't make me feel any better. So we shall see once the pump starts pumping if we get white smoke, which we might very well the first time. I don't know. Lucky's running, it's cold, it's a new atomizer. There's so many moving parts. All right, there goes the pump. It is tick, 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 ticking away. Ooh, let's go see what's happening on the muffler end of this whole situation. I feel like my collar's all effed too. No white smoke yet. Nice and clear. I guess I should have waited a few more minutes and see if I could hear that low rumble that I was talking about. I think it rumbled. I don't know. When Lucky's running, I can't tell one rumble from the next. Well, we got one little blue bar appearing. I think, oh, it's, yeah, that air's not super cold. I think we're back in business. So now I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit, and we'll probably give it a little bit of a break. I'm gonna have to remount it, just put those bolts back in, tighten up this hose clamp, and we are pretty much done. New atomizer screen installed. Diesel heater functioning is, well, as good as it was before we started all of this, but we don't talk about that. To your grave, Penny. You take it to your grave. Yeah, there you go. She just sort of kicked into high gear. What do we got going on over here? We got two little blue bars, so all good things. Let me get our panels back in here. If you know, you know. This back in here. And there we go. I'm just so happy it is nice and warm in here again. Heater's ticking away. We are not gonna die. I mean, it's all, that makes it sound a lot worse than it is, but it's like, it is. It's one of those things where you're like, the whole day would change if this didn't start working. So anyways, people always wonder, how do I survive Canadian winters living in a van? I get that question from people that I meet that just find out for the first time that I live in a van and I'm in Canada and all that. That right there is how I survive. Well, that, then the fact that the van is very well insulated. But that is the original heater I bought at the very start of my van life back in 2021. It is a Chinese diesel heater off of Amazon. You will always see people in the comments giving their opinions on what works better and how this should be done this way and that. All from, I should have higher end Webasto's, they're more reliable. That's not true, because I've talked to people who have purchased Webasto's. If you don't know what that is, it's just like what this is a knockoff of, and there are thousands of dollars. And I've talked to people that have had just as many problems with those heaters. I've heard people say that gasoline versions of these are better because gasoline is a cleaner fuel, but then you got to tap into your gas tank, and there is no, as far as I know, gasoline Chinese heaters. Like, there's no really affordable ones. So in my experience, again, that's all I can really speak to. Over the last 3 years of full-time van life, that has been my heating solution, and it has worked fine. It just requires some maintenance. That's not something that I thought I would have to do when I first installed it, but I learned it very quickly. I've had my ups and my downs with this unit for sure, but by and large, she is old faithful and she has worked. She just needs a little TLC every once in a while, and hopefully that atomizer screen in there solves my problems. And hey, maybe there was no problem to begin with. Maybe there was just a little extra diesel fuel getting in there or something, or ambient temperature. We will never know. I'm not a scientist. I can't give a solid answer. All I know is that for my purposes, my Chinese diesel heater from Amazon has kept me alive with a little help from moi. Ooh, and it may be nice and warm up here, but down here, it'll be nice and warm now, but my toes are frozen. Warm up my tootsies. Already starting to feel better. Yikes, that is like the worst feeling. When just your toes are like frozen solid cold, like it's just, oof. But yeah, give it a few minutes. Oh, got some good news. Mom just texted. Sheba home now. Something has scared her though. She went right into our room and wants into my closet. No interest in eating. Where's less scary shit rolling around those hills of the Kootenays? But the kitty cat is home safe and sound. All right, let's get some stuff put away. And yes, now we know for sure that unlike my diesel heater, which just requires a little bit of maintenance to keep me alive, the EcoFlow Wave 2 as a heater sucks. Much like that last camera angle did. Restocked. And now we can definitely put this ridiculous diaper away. Where's my actual, yeah. Whoop, careful, that's why we can't have nice things. Now, we are all ready for one more night in Banff. Sucked down a bowl of Raisin Bran for lunch. Just doing my dishes now, and I was cleaning Penny's bowl. This bottle is not spraying like it once was. I'm not sure if I got this one at the dollar store or not, but it's super annoying. So that might give us a little mini quest to do. There is a new Dollarama in Banff, and I bet you dollars to bloody donuts they would have a spray bottle. Would like to get into the town anyway, maybe go for a little bit of a walk. So that's probably what's on the docket. What about you, Penny? What do you say? Oh yeah? You happy that the heater is fixed? Well, I bet you are. I bet you also want one of these. One of these? Oh, why not? You were such a nice assistant while I was cleaning the diesel heater. And by nice, I mean you were quiet and you left me alone. What more could I ask for? One more for you, darling. Hello. Good girl. Probably do for a walk around up and down those stairs, then back out here to the viewpoint. Well, not the viewpoint. The viewpoint's up there, but it's crowded with people because Banff. But yeah, I'm on the opposite side of the river from where I was a few videos back when I was walking all the way along here and then on those stairs and whatnot. That's the opposite side there. And that is the Banff Springs Hotel, towering in the distance. It's really nice out here. I'm going to be in somebody's shot. I guess I better start walking. A tourist in my own backyard. Also, this is the place where people apparently fall to their deaths. Ah, it's quite the sign. Maybe just stay away from the edge of the cliff. The fact that we have to have signs like that, it just sort of speaks volumes, doesn't it? Grace is all squeaky clean now. She Just needed to get the windows clean more than anything, but then once you start, you got to get all that ice off, all the ice that builds up on like the rock sliders and the wheel wells. It's just so satisfying to blast. And really, I just went in there to clean the windows, but now she's squeaky clean and probably frozen in lots of places she didn't even know she had. But oh well. It's always nice to have a squeaky clean Irish pirate queen. Think we are lucky. Think we can fit Grace right in there. Ho ho ho. Green giant. Nice. Because honestly, if I had to pay for parking just to go to the dollar store to get a spray bottle, aren't we kind of defeating the purpose of getting the spray bottle? There's these ones. They're a lot bigger than my other one, but I'd be able to put an entire liter of vinegar in here. Yeah, right, I'm done spending time in the dollar store in Banff. Yeesh. All right. Let's redo. Oh man, that's a small hole. I gotta go from big hole to small hole? My God, if only I had a funnel. That's some quality content. Quality content. Now, the moment of truth of this whole endeavor. F yeah, buddy boy. All right, you stay here, behave yourself. I gotta get rid of the view. Oh, I smell like vinegar. Shocker. Before I leave, there's one thing that caught my eye yesterday, and since she's feeling under the weather, we may as well grab it and bring it back for her.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really great. So you can...
Just that for me, please. Yeah, I was walking by here yesterday and boom, caught my eye. So you coming with me, Barbie candy cane, strawberry flavor? You know, as nice as it is walking around Banff right now, it's also quite chilly. I've done my walk. Maybe we will head back up to the campground and make somebody bring us food. There's nothing else I really need to do right now. Besides, we got to refill the desire to be here for next time. Yeah, you're right next to the vinegar. Keep each other company. Ooh, very cool. You guys, some are these guys? Elk? Caribou? They're all females. Oh no, there's one. There's a couple bucks over there. Look at these guys. Oh, there's $3. Nice. Hi guys. Like right in the way. Hello, how are you? Make good choices. And we are back. Penny, hello. Hi, sweetheart. Huh. How you doing? Hey, nice and warm in here. That's good. All right, let's order some food. This should work. I just looked up Tunnel Mountain on Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever to get the postal code because I knew that was going to be a requirement. I'm like, what the hell's the postal code? But it's a campground in a national park. So we got her. And then I'm just putting extra instructions for the delivery driver. Tunnel Mountain Campground, Site B42. That's me. Let's see what we can do. Pay now. Aha. I'm gonna hit place order. Hopefully this way I'm connected to my 5 point. It's the only data I have left to do stuff like this because my TELUS data is throttled again. There we go. Thank you for your order. All right, it's on its way. We even got the Domino's tracker so we can know when he's right around the corner. Isn't that exciting, Penny? She's riveted. Ooh, step 3. The pizza and the chicken are in the oven because I couldn't help myself. Of course I had to get chicken. And the nice thing about this now, since we're not leaving, we're in our tiny home, we can go like this, boop, make ourselves some ice for an adult beverage. Oh, I just got the notice that they are on their way. They sure don't waste any time. Domino's has always been very fast though, at least in my experience. So fast my ice is still making. 10 minutes on the ice. Who will get here first? Frozen water or Domino's delivery driver? The race is on and it looks like burn down. The ice won. Make ourselves a little beverage because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. Oh, sad day. He went to a hotel, God knows which one. So not a flawless system. I told him, no, I'm in the campground, Village 2. And he said, oh, with the RVs? I said, yes. Kind of a beige cargo van with a yellow Jeep Wrangler behind it. Hopefully. So, nope, there he is again. Hello, sir. Yeah, I don't know how, it's Tunnel Mountain Campground. I don't know where you are, so. Oh, if you're coming past Douglas Fir, like if Douglas Fir is on your right, you keep going, and then you'll see a little left-hand turn that comes up to the campground, and then it's another left-hand into the campground, and you can just follow the signs. Yeah, like if you're passing past. Yeah. Yeah, I mean every other campground's closed. Yeah. Is there? Yeah. And go up the hill kind of thing, yeah. There should be a little gateway, like a little house. Yeah. Yeah, go straight, and then you turn left, and then you'll just follow the signs past. Yeah. Hopefully. I'm gonna step outside, see if I can see you. See, now you'll. Yeah, Village 2. Oh, I see you. Yeah, keep coming. No, just keep coming, keep driving, and then you're gonna go past the garbage cans, and then there's gonna be another left-hand turn. Yeah, keep coming, and now you're next left. No, you should have turned left just where I said you turn left. You just went past it. That's okay. Turn your next left, and then come up 2 rows and turn left again. Yeah, take your next left. No, I'm B42. Yep, turn left right there, and then come on all the way down to the end. Oh no, you're too far now. Well, you shouldn't be in the C's. You have to turn left to come down to B42. Oh, where is he? Oh, where are you? Oh, it was just this van right here. Thank you.
Hey, bug.
Well, that's not as cool a shot as I would have hoped with him coming to my door, but we made do. It's not the same delivery driver that I observed the other day, clearly. But that is A-okay. There we go. Look at that, Penny. Pizza. Delivered to Tunnel Mountain. Eventually. Got ourselves some chicken. Got ourselves some pie. Heck yeah. Get it in ya. Don't forget your adult beverage. Come on. Here you go. Well, I can't put it in the bowl any more than that. There you go. Ooh. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Because sometimes you just want to stay home. That's tasty. Much better than any restaurant I would have gone to tonight for what my taste buds were desiring. Now it's out of my system. I observed Domino's when I first rolled in this weekend, and now I'm stuffing it in my gob. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'm going to leave this one here and say until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, but remember, you can't make everybody happy because you're not tacos.